Okay. Hopefully, the setup works. Okay. What else do I need? Okay, that's good. That's good. I think I've got everything in order almost. Just a couple more things here. Oh, okay. All right, that's good. I'm gonna be doing some of the hair. What else? This thing. This brush only works in this one way where you gotta have like control over both directions of the stroke, so that's a little difficult. Because it has like an edge on the bottom, and depending on which direction you throw your stroke, the kind of defines where the hard edge is. I think a little bit of clarity here and there would be really good. I think what I'll do is really try to stress some of these shapes. Because right now it's a little bit hectic. And I think I want to cut in to do that. and also cut into the hair shape itself, and then make a different shape there. Just kill off some of it so that it makes a little bit more sense, and then let's see where we're going. I've been trying to do like a workout every day right after work, because that's when I feel like the most like tired, and it really kind of shocks me back into you know, like upbeat and well, as upbeat as I can be. Let's see how that works out. Let's see. Plus, I need to lose a little bit of weight urgently. Corona has not been good for my stomach, apparently. I'm gonna have to cut part of this, likely. Or move it back. We'll see. So it's not as prominent. But yeah, that's really all that's left. It's like getting some of these shapes right. Adding the magic, probably. And then, you know, that'll be a finished piece. Let's see. Had to actually take an Uber today. It's been a while since I've taken an Uber. Wife would not relinquish the car. Probably for the best. Because I looked at it, she's working in like a place that's super far away right now. She's working at like the VA. Instead of her regular jobble. Bringing back a little bit of the chaos. But not too much. I want to keep a lot of these forms separate. take a look at maybe some more in-depth research into some of these materials. That would help. I might want to cut. I don't know. I'll leave it all on this one layer. We'll go from here. I'm always trying to think about, like, what would it be like if I didn't have layers to fall back on? It'd be awful. It would be awful. Oh, this isn't a copyright song? That's weird. I'm like 1000% sure this is copyright. I think I'm... Is this best not copyright? I'm not sure if I believe you, Satan. YouTube has a better, what's it called? A bot, by the way. Even 17 seconds is enough to block me in, like, Japan. Because of, like, karaoke singing over a, anime weeb song. So... Seems like YouTube is a lot more lenient too. I don't know why Twitch has decided they want to go this way, but I guess that's their prerogative. Probably has something to do with being like an Amazon subsidiary. Maybe that's it. Okay, so I've cleaned up her hair a little bit. Maybe a bit more cut here. Possibly. Let's see. Still working on the clothing. But it's definitely a little bit better than it was, so that's a good thing. Could be better though. I finally saw the Mandalorian episode everyone's been kind of hyped about and making all these memes about. Pretty good. Pretty interesting. I don't know enough about the lore. I think some of the characters might be, you know, from other parts of Star Wars. I think Clone Wars, maybe. That feel. But yeah, there's a lot of hubbub about the character costume designs. It's always the same people. You really gotta have like opinions. I don't know. What is it like to not have like a thing that you're trying to do, but just be like a opinion guy? It's almost like a, I don't know, an idea man, but in current year. So that sounds like, look at my Twitter portfolio of spicy tweets. Yeah, this is some top-notch stuff. You won't get this anywhere else. Subscribe for more. Like, I just try to like picture that guy's existence. Yeah, dude. Got spicy tweets. That's what I do. I'm known for my inability to do anything other than make spicy tweets. I don't know. I feel like that's hell. It's chaos. I'm gonna blend in some of these parts. I feel like they're a little bit too much. I don't want to. I don't want to overdo it though. There's a drops event for Rust right now. I actually kind of wanted to play it for a little while, but I've got like no one to play with. It's like the only problem. It's kind of hard to get people to play with you in that game because it's literally about stabbing people in the back. So like you have to like find them, find people to cooperate with you. Hey, Ryuji, what's up? Just hanging out. Planning to change my approach on art. What has it been and what are you changing to? I guess. create more illustrations instead of studying. Yeah, I feel like you should be doing, 50-50. You don't want to produce nothing, but you also don't want to produce a lot of bad work. Oh, it's this way, yeah. Ahagio. For the coolers. $90-10. It's like I learned the funnies, but I don't apply it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good idea to, try to do something with stuff that you learn and apply the studies. Shadi Safadi has a good video from like 1995 or something. That's probably closer to 2000, but yeah, whatever. Let's go with that. I had to take an Uber ride today, and then like I needed to take one back, and my phone couldn't get internet service, so I walked for like 5 blocks, and I still couldn't get internet service, and then I started panicking, and then I'm like, okay, how do I get out of this situation? I had my wife call me an Uber. Thankfully, the phone service still worked, just the internet wasn't. What do you mean? I have a data plan. Everywhere has Wi-Fi? No, that's not true. We have Wi-Fi services for some things. Some places, some like plans, like Optimum, the one I use, has like hotspots, which you can utilize and you can save some money. But I pay a lot for data. In fact, I probably pay a lot more than I should for data. T-Mobile has a good 4G network. It has a good plan. I just can't switch to it right now. I might switch to it later though. We don't use a lot of phones, so a lot of phone service. So it's like my data is tied with my brother's 5 gigabytes, 1 month for both of us. Yeah, that's basically what we have. Not really too different. At one point we used to be on my dad's like family plan, but I don't know, it's kind of just like difficult to do that. It's simpler to just have your own like data plan, because like you might get blamed for, I don't know, someone else's use or whatever. I think they actually switched to unlimited now, but unlimited is always an option if you're like a heavy user for phone. I don't really get, that. I guess for people that work, it makes sense. You do get bored at work a lot. Not everyone has like a Wi-Fi they can connect to. Steal office Wi-Fi. I use mostly the computer Wi-Fi, or yeah, I use mostly the computer, and then also the Ethernet cables, and yeah, I prefer hardwiring everything. Um, Phones and iPad, I guess. Yeah, I have to use Wi-Fi, but it's like such a small percentage of my browsing happens on the phone. Like um using the computer for like everything, just about everything. Wonder if I could just buy a tablet since phones are small. Uh, from my experience, the best one is like the medium one, the phatlet. Like an iPad is a little unwieldy. I can't really take it to places, and it is conspicuous. Um, it's conspicuous, but I don't know. I like my iPad. It's not bad. Not the worst of all worlds. What do I got here? The battery life sucked. I was a fan of small phones because it was more ergonomic and minimal in a way. I think like the dumb phones have like the best battery life out of all of them. Just like a regular dumb phone, you can have that for like 2 weeks without ever even thinking about charging it. I throw my iPhone on the charger every 2 or 3 days. Battery's not bad. Can't call an Uber. That's true. You can't, and it's harder to spy on them. You can't get as much information. You can still get like SMSs and stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's very niche now, I think. Not a lot of people have dumb phones. At least I almost never see them. If they have them, they just never take them out, you know? It's okay though. In a few years, we're all gonna have our own AR glasses, which is potentially replace phones. And Apple and Facebook are developing it. Yeah, maybe. I don't even know if we're gonna be here. It's kind of like it's hard to plan for the future right now. Harder than usual, it feels like. Finally, my AR. You're like one year away from your AR waifu, and then like the what's it called hits. Coronavirus 2, Electric Boogaloo. Looks like cases are going up here from the on-the-ground sources. At this rate, everyone in the U.S. will be infected in a couple years. Well, I mean, I thought we were all gonna get infected. I thought we were all gonna have it, and then, you know, we would just gain immunity to it. But immunity might not be, like 100%. Seems to be driving and shifting too fast. Let's see. Kind of tough to call it now. I think they're about to move on that vaccine though. I've heard various things. So that might be good. As long as it keeps passing like the safety stuff, then we're good. The virus itself is a vaccine? Well, that's the thing, is that it doesn't seem to develop immunity. There's a lot of like a lot of cases where someone has COVID and then they get it again. Well, I think governments will be incentivized to pay for it. I don't know about free. I think a lot of governments will buy in and they will actually just pay for it. I think America has already paid for a large amount. I believe the figure quoted was like $2 billion worth. And I'm not sure what $2 billion worth buys you in terms of necessary for life medicine. Not really sure. Because, like, at that point, it's like, yeah, we get to name our price, you know? Yeah, it's not like that. At least we, from other coronaviruses, we seem to know that it has changed. It has mutated a lot, and they're actually so afraid of it that I think in some countries they're like massacring animals that have different strains of it, because they fear that they might transfer over to humans. And that would be a big no-no. I've heard stories about mink massacres. I'm not absolutely sure if it's true. I haven't really looked into it, but it sounds totally plausible to me. Um, haven't looked into it. Didn't fact check that one. But yeah, I remember if this one was a variety that was found mostly in bats. You know what's funny? The other day Biden gave a what's called like a questions and answers round with some of the press, and he said something that caught my ear. Um, First of all, he said that he's not privy to intellectual intelligence briefings. Only his colleague has that privilege. Now, now, how does he know what sort of privileges his colleague has, and what does he mean by that? There's a tweet by The Hill that alleged that he may be peeking into those briefings because he seemed to have been alluding to something, alluding to a briefing in particular. Really makes you think. Um. Anyway, the other thing that caught my ear was he said the COVID attack, and he's like, "Oh no, I misspoke," which is okay. I mean, everyone flips, especially Slippy Joe, as I like to call him. Slippy Joe. That's two slips in one go. Yeah, my friend gets access to top secret fucking briefings, which he totally doesn't share with me. And I'm just, referencing the fact that he does get access to those. I have no idea what they say, but I just want to bring up that he gets access to those briefings for no reason whatsoever, especially not to say that I also know what's in them, obviously. That would be a bad Freudian slip. That'd be really bad if someone said something like that. Isn't that illegal? One of the tweets under it says. Allegedly. Allegedly. Well, we'll see. We'll see what President-elect Biden does with his intellectual briefs. But I like the COVID attack. I like that. I like that so much better than the Chinese virus. Yes, Trump says. The Chinese virus. Yeah, politicians are actors. They're paid actors. They're supposed to be good at speaking. Oration is their job. Their jobble. Joe Biden is the king of saying dumb shit, though. If you look back, if you look up I don't know, ways Joe Biden has insulted Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court judge. You just Google that. That's a lot of stuff to say about someone. Let's hope he doesn't have a good memory. Like an elephant, I really hope that's the case. For Joe, anyway. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, though. Those two things. The COVID attack. Have you used the 3D poser once? For this one, I found an image that kind of looks like what I'm going for. I tried today and it sucked. Always comes out stiff. Yeah, that's one thing that I worry about with 3D. I think it's very good to get that position, and sometimes it's very difficult to even think about a pose. And so it's very good for a lot of stuff that it's like you know, good at. But I don't think it's gonna get you a lot of the things that people like in figure drawing. It'll get you the figure. It'll get you the figure in correctly in that position. But it might not get you you know, that feeling, that juice. That you have to add yourself. And a lot of people who use like supplements like 3D are pretty good at that. And that, I feel like that's the hard part anyway. So I think it leaves an imprint in your work, and it's very hard to. There's like a fear of modifying the perfect. Let's call it that. Modifying the very, very good, because it's like, oh man, this is. I mean, I don't really want to mess with this. This is like, this is perfect in the way that it's, you know, it's accurate to this pose. If I mess with it, it might lose that perfection. And so there's always like this sort of like mental block that you also have to get over. It's not like as easy as like, oh, I just smash it into the software and then I just paint over it, and that's that, bucko. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Exaggerate the features and gestures. Yeah, there's parts like that. I feel like, I don't know, I would still probably most of the 3D oriented stuff is kind of like very boring pose wise. Like it'll be accurately standing, you know. That's what I see, like a lot of work. It'll be accurately like standing or standing in a weird perspective, you know, something like that. I don't really see a lot of super like like super interesting poses. It's always something that's already kind of boring. I'm not sure if that comes with like the perfection of the, you know, the figure just being like correct, and that, you know, excludes some of the more interesting but totally wrong poses that I find like kind of dope. I don't know, 3D is very good for like starting something, I feel like, as a base. but I don't think you can use it for yeah, this is the final, you know. Has to be like strongly edited. That's like a skill in itself, you know. But yeah, it's not something I use very regularly. Sometimes I'll use a 3D model, but I won't actually like go in a Blender and build one. But yeah, I think to master the figure, you have to draw it a lot, and not just use aids. It's not impossible to do good figures and also use the aids. I think it's just like a different set of skills, though. Yeah, I mean, copying is a really good skill. Very useful. But yeah, I feel like it's got to be like it's got to be construction, and for that I think you might need like memory, a lot of memory. Copying and drawing from imagination is like night and day, because copying you can create scales and look at shapes. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a more difficulty, I think. Drawing from your head. You can also just photo bash and, you know, at that point, it's like, just saves you a little bit of time. Although, I mean, it's still valuable, I think, to learn from drawing. something, even if you're, you know, just straight up copying it. I think I need a reference for that. Maybe I can pick something from here. It's not really exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see. Don't you have a second screen to place references? It's really annoying to look. I prefer to just keep the references in my what's called. Sometimes like I'll have like a reference there though. Sometimes I'll put like Rangia's work there. But that I'm not really referencing it. I'm kind of just looking at it and thinking about something. I guess that, I mean, it is referencing, but much lighter. Much lighter referencing. That's more like, I don't know, kind of like. I don't know, for confidence, I guess. I think these folds are way too specific for me to fold fake. Might have to check these out. Yeah, probably not. I'm gonna revert to shape. Maybe something like that. Gives me a better... What's happening? What do you mean? What happened? Yeah, I'm not too sure about this arm, so I'm screwing around with it. Well, no, I didn't start over. I still have it, if I really want it. I just don't feel this shape very much. Yeah, don't be afraid to start over. Sometimes you gotta. Yeah, never be afraid to do too much work. Sometimes you gotta revert to form, hit it again, you know? It's just how it goes. If you're lucky, you only gotta do it one time. Or you don't have to do it. Which philosopher do you look up to? Diogenes. In the famous words of Diogenes, if I wasn't Diogenes, I would also wish to be Diogenes. This was to Alexander the Great in person. When Alexander said, if I was not Alexander the Great, I would want to be Diogenes. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Never heard of that. Never heard of him. How do you spell that? You've never heard of Diogenes? I can't believe this. It's Diognese. Diogenes. Not sure if I spelled it right because I can't imagine the words right now. My brain is imagining other things, and so it like the text editor is not open. Diogenese. Diogenes, yes. He's a mythical character. I feel like him and Plato, I feel like might be might be mythical characters. They might not be real. Him and Socrates. Yeah, he has an aesthetic to him. Diogenes, let's see. I think it was either Plato. I always get Plato and Socrates confused. I don't know which one of them is real. I think it was Plato. Anyway, Plato said, yes, this is a man. And Diogenes was like, wait, what is the definition of a man? And he's like, well, clearly it's a bipedal mammal. I think that was it. I think that was his definition, verbatim. Anyway, the next day, Diogenes brings over a plucked chicken, and he's like, "Ah, this is a man." Cause I I think no, I think Plato said featherless. Either way, it was hilarious and really big memes. Featherless biped. I think that was it. And then they added another word to the definition. Diogenes said something more iconic, like "I have brought you a man" or something like that. But yeah, pretty dope shit. I don't know. Doesn't get any cynicism. Uh, I guess it could be. I don't know what he meant by it. That's a good question. You, he's not really a he's not really a stoic. No, I think he would be like he wouldn't really be a stoic. I mean, he lived on the street. I think he just didn't really care. Um, for decorum, for any of it, you know. Diogenes lived. He was homeless. He's the philosopher's philosopher, I think. Prince Vibe. Hey, thanks. How's it going, Mikado? What's up, dude? Still patching. Patching things. But yeah, Ryuji, I'm not absolutely sure what he meant by cynicism. I I could guess that it was something like um what Kierkegaard said. Um, you know, marry and you will regret it. Don't marry, you will also regret it. Do and you will regret it. Don't do and you will regret it. Um, this is the essence of philosophy. Something like that, maybe. I mean, out of the Greeks, my favorites are um, Paramenides. Paramenides. I always say his name wrong. Paramenides. He said change is impossible. I thought that was pretty cool. Ma- Makado? Makado? Oh, is it Makado? Sorry, brother. I We have a Mikado sushi next to me, so I figured you were my boys from the sushi place. It's probably like one of my favorite ones to go to. Mikado sushi. Ironic. Same. Yeah, tonight is a non-sushi night. I think I cut too much of his face off here. Last time I had sushi was pre-COVID. They opened up a lot of restaurants, like for dine-in. So we had we were dining in for sushi for like a while, even after even after they started. And I actually prefer takeout. Um, Sometimes I like to chill in the place, but other times I just prefer just going home. Like an enlightened Raiden Elvis Prince. Yeah, young Elvis, probably not old Elvis, because you know, Fat Elvis, as they like to call him. I had leftovers from last night. I cooked up some halal cart style chicken. It's a really good recipe out there. Um, just amazing. I I mean, I would still love to do like real halal food once in a while, but I mean, right now all the halal carts are probably like closed, and I haven't been to this to the like the city for a long while, so disappointing. Disappointed. Low quality meat, no cheese. Even forgot the cheese side of au jus. Au jus? What? Aju? What the heck is Aju? Oh, that is. I do love me an Italian hero though. We used to get them all the time, but now it's like, oh, where'd my music go? There's a lot of cases where police will raid a place to find us not wearing a mask, social distancing. That sounds crazy. They do like I don't know. They did have people like asked to like turn your neighbors in, but then people found out that all of those lists were public, and if you made a complaint like that, your name was on it, and it was literally like on the internet. So they stopped doing that. In some states, I think. In some states they did that. Ah, the Orwell fallacy. Anytime. First person to mention Orwell loses. I think there's one for like Nazis. First person is to it was either Godwin's law. I think it was called. First person to mention on the Nazis loses. Well, for me it's Orwell's law. First person to mention Orwell or 1984 loses. You've lost. You've lost. The discussion is over. You've lost. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty weird. We don't have anything like what you're saying, Ryuji, but we do have what's it called? We do have like people ratting on others. A little bit of ratting going on. Beef base dip. Oh, is that what Aju is? I don't think I've ever had that. It's kind of weird. Beef base. Yeah, definitely never had that on a sandwich. I do love me some sandwiches. It's probably like my most favorite lunch is get a nice deli sandwich. New York is known for our delis. I think we might have the best delis in all of the states. I think that's our like number one thing. We have everything really, but I feel like San Francisco beats us in like Asian food, authentic Asian food. We beat Chicago in pizza, but they beat us in Chicago style pizza. Hey, New York, we got the best pizza. You know what I'm saying? What percent of the beef is rodent? I don't know. I don't ask. I just eat it. And thankfully, it's not cockroach milk. So, you know. Eat the bug. Trust the plan. Hell yeah. I'm only like opposed to eating cats. I like cats as an animal group. They're kind of cute. I was reading some dipshit on the internet tried to make a ethical justification for not owning cats. Philosophers, what do they do in current year? I don't know. Are cats okay to own? Yeah, okay. Let's talk about the ethics and meta ethics of cats. These are legitimate questions. How about dogs? I've never tried it. It's been described to me like fully. My dad ate dogs in China. He was a Navy man. Soviet Navy. He was an engineer. He was a civilian, technically. Well, no, he was military trained, I guess. Remember NEDM? What is that? Probably the sick mofo who burned one alive. Who else is in the chat? I don't see any other chats. Oh, you're in DLive. Ryoji is in Twitch. So there's two chats. There's two chats right now. Two chats going. Or I'm talking to myself. I don't know. No, I do have two chats going. It was a YTMND. I don't remember that one. NEDM. Maybe I do. Actually, let's see. I wonder why you would use... Because PewDiePie told me that frickin' DLive... Let me see, what is that? Maybe. Oh, this is gonna get me DMCA'd. I can't play this, probably. I don't remember this one. My favorite one was, what's it called? And I worked so hard in this institution. And he prays. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray all day for a revolution. I can't do the voice is a little too high for me. It's an EDM track. You won't get copyrighted. I got copyright. I got hit with like, on YouTube with like thousands. Twitch hasn't hit me yet, but YouTube does not like when I play any sort of EDM, unless it's like listed as copyright free on their website. Like then I can play it. Like this song right here. This is EDM technically. But if it samples like a song, sometimes it picks that up. Honestly, I don't want to screw with what's it called. I think there's plenty of reasons to ban me already, so I'm I just gotta give them a reason, you know. And I just gotta at some point figure out what I'm doing. They'll be like, oh, we're gonna ban you for hate DMCA. Well, yeah, even video game music gets like DMCA'd on Twitch, so I would, but yeah, not on Twitch. You might be able to get away with it on DLive. Twitch is difficult to do any of that around. I've been hit by like I listen to a lot of like fucking, I mean, they're not really underground, but a lot of like SoundCloud stuff. So it's like amateur stuff, but I think I've been hit with copyright by them if they have like a digital rights management group. That's one reason I think Twitch might start like losing talent. Is like they're literally banning people that you know, what's it called? I don't think they're gonna go to DLive though. That's the thing. They might go to like YouTube. I thought, I thought like DLive would be a competitor, so I'm still, streaming on it. But I don't know, man. If it pulls out, okay, cool, But it's kind of like, it's kind of tough, man. It's kind of tough. I can see a big problem for them to really monetize and, like a really global sense, because most of these businesses are usually loss leaders, and they'll take a hit for a couple years, and depending on like how many investors they have or whatever. YouTube or Twitch is all you need. It's very political. Oh, it might be. I mean, they have like they're like Amazon now, so it's just Amazon at this point, and so Amazon has big money, and they probably shit themselves when they saw that people here were just like breaking DMCA rules, and like their audio was muted after a while, and that was it. You could get away with it. They probably just absolutely shit themselves when they saw that. Just straight up diarrhea. Like, what do you mean you let them play whatever they want and then you just mute the audio? Question mark. When Exodus happens, I'll do my part to migrate and follow here. I don't think Twitch is gonna be dying. I think some of the talent is gonna leave. But we've already seen what happens with like Mixer. Please stream on Facebook now. Thank you for being here on Mixer. Please go to Facebook now. Appreciate you, brothers. It's kind of like nah. I would say YouTube is probably Twitch's biggest competitor right now, if anybody is competing with Twitch. Oh, you got a DLive now? Wait, if you watch me on both, does it count? I mean, I prefer people to watch me on like Twitch, because then more people will come to Twitch, and then there's more people on Twitch, period. It's tough to get people on like DLive to come watch our streams. I don't think it's like as big here. Mixer had some features. Mixer actually had features that I found really interesting. I use OBS. I can't really tell you what to do, but OBS works. It's very stable. They have a Streamlabs version, but I don't really like it. This is actually a pretty fire song for like copyright free. Sometimes you get some good shit. I could bop to this. What should I use? There's only 3 channels on the art category though, but there's not much people using DLive. LUL. Yeah, I guess. Hey, it's free for now. I don't know if they're gonna go away. I think they had like, they have more people in like Fortnite or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I love synthwave. Synthwave, vaporwave, like deep trance, all kinds of shit like that. Just can't play any of it anymore. I used to. I actually liked my music selection. Some people like my music selection as well. Unfortunate, but that's just how it goes, man. Yeah, cause I don't want to be banned. As much as I talk shit about Twitch, I like streaming. I don't know. There's no real other alternative. I can't because I'm streaming both. I'm doing YouTube as well. But almost no one watches on YouTube. Sometimes you'll see people pop in from YouTube. Very rarely. If anyone does watch, usually it's on Twitch. Yeah, I have no idea how people would find me on YouTube. There's like no way. I've actually had a lot of views on videos I've released. Like short videos. You know, like when I released, I don't know what the view count is now, but when I released them, I like, as someone who had no viewers, no channel subscribers, I would get like 300, 200 views, which isn't much at all, but it's something that like I was not expecting at all. I was expecting maybe 5 views, you know, on a good day. Is there OBS for Android? I don't know. I don't know about that. I peer pressure you into joining us on DLive. Oh, I've been drawing on the wrong layer the whole time. Fuck. Okay. All right. I need a reference for this shoulder. Let me see. Bent shoulder shirt. Referencing is cheating, bro. I don't know who said that. I didn't say that. What the fuck is this ref? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm only interested in like the fact that his arm is bent that way. I have no idea. I've got no clue what he's demonstrating, why it's wrong, why the other one is correct. I'm making no judgments. There's no judgments to be made. That's another reason why no one watches me on DLive, is I've bullied everybody into coming over to Twitch. Usually it's a larger chat room. Almost usually. I'm already predisposed not to like Twitch. I don't think anyone likes Twitch that's on there. It's like a necessary evil, you know? I don't think anyone's like, yeah, I love fucking Twitch, man. I don't think anyone like does that. Although I'm not sure, it could be someone. I can't speak for everybody. Hashtag not all. Imagine having a monopoly over streaming sites. They bully the user with DMCA. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to consolidate power, and then you're supposed to take the carpet or the staircase away from the people that would use it to get to that same place, you know? So in this case, you know, a lot of Twitch streamers got where they are by playing like music and doing all kinds of shit that was like totally okay then, but it's not okay now. And now you're like, well, everyone now, you gotta play by these same rules. And the people who are already up there, they don't give a shit, you know. Okay, I'll just, you know, I'll just, I won't play any bad music anymore. Sorry, buddy. And then so, you know, you can't like transgress against that. You can't like be like, oh, I'm gonna start my own Twitch and you know, I'm gonna have like no DMCA's, because like as soon as you do that, Twitch is gonna be like, oh well, these guys aren't playing by the rules, we gotta enforce it. And then it becomes another tool to stop, you know, competition. Although you know, legally speaking, right, it is a crime. Copyright infringement sounds so cool when you say it, you know. You're a criminal. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure where the form would be. But yeah, I mean that's classic, you know. For an MO of a monopoly, as you establish regulations, and then you use those regulations to keep people out of the marketplace. It's just like that's like by the book, straight textbook econ. Although Twitch probably did not have a hand in crafting these rules. They will probably benefit from it because they didn't themselves follow these rules for a very long time. And now, that's just how the game is played. Yeah, always remember, it's not about providing like a superior product. It's about making sure no one else can. It's like COVID kind of. COVID is wreaking more havoc on small like mom and pops. Those people don't have enough money and capital to sustain, right? They just don't have it. Without the government stepping in and saying, okay guys, you don't have to pay like mortgages if you make only this amount of money or something. And saving small business, picking winners and losers, so those big corporations do have that staying power. So you're gonna see a lot less mom and pops and a lot more McDonald's. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a myth of the small business owner, the ethical grandma who just wants to bake the best cookies and then underpay her employees or pay them off the books, and so they don't get declared as what's called. There's definitely like a lionizing going on. Yeah, especially in America. Here we love small business. That's like our bread and butter. The myth of the small business owner. But I mean, from what I've seen, small business owners tend to be a little bit more corrupt. Say a little bit more corrupt. How about that as a characterization? Because they're not as scrutinized as big corporate. They have to take shortcuts. Yes, that's right. There's a moral justification for it, to compete. I imagine opening a business is difficult. Yeah, it is. Not only are you getting like absolutely destroyed by established businesses, the government will come in and they will poop on you. They will poo-poo. Even as like a Z Corp, even as like a I don't know, sole proprietors, something or other, you still get like, you still get absolutely poo-pooed on by the government, I think. But we'll see. I'm actually in the process of learning a little bit more. Oh, he's showing you how to dab. This is the right way. This is the wrong way. No, I don't know what it is. I really don't. I've managed a small business for many years. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. That's neat. I always wanted to be a small business owner. You know, something like a small studio where we just, you know, take on projects. The problem with that is though that like not only is it you have to be like really really good at what you do, you also have to have those special skills like dealing with people and you know, being able to not only, you know, figure out what works as good art, you also have to figure out who works as a good team member and who can accomplish goals and things like that. The owner was very good at networking. Yeah, it's about that. Now all those auxiliary skills really come into play. Team of illustrators. Well, no, I wouldn't hire an illustrator because I'll do the illustration. It would be like I would need a 3D guy. I would need a concept artist, like one that is 100%. What's it called? So, yeah, it would be like a far into the future where I'm actually like very good type of thing. So whatever it is, I guess I would need a light programmer, someone who could take the 3D guy's rigged model and, you know, have it what's it called, an animator, probably be a small studio, you know, maximum of like 5 people. It wouldn't be just game dev. We would also be doing like all kinds of creative. But that's like a pipe dream. All kinds of creative. Um, I don't know. Obviously, that we would have to demarcate at some point because um, it would be just too many things, you know. Um, Stuff for like games and movies, books, um, because a lot of these places are now doing everything, not just doing like say for instance, magic cards now have to be like animated for like video games. So not only do you need like the concept, the illustration, you need like an After Effects guy if your illustrator doesn't know how to do it. And I mean I'm not that proficient in After Effects, so I would need a second guy. It's like, what do you bring to the team? Is always like my question to myself. Leadership. I bring leadership. I hate people who say that. It's not that it's not a valuable skill, but I don't want to be that guy. Um, I always wanted to be like a mechanic artist. The guy who actually turns the little uh nuts and bolts. Not like I don't know who take dead people. Let's see, they can't be offended. Steve Jobs. Yeah, I want to be Steve Jobs. I want to be like I want to be Wozniak. How about don't do it. Execution. How about a VTuber company like HoloLive? I mean, that would be kind of like one of the things that would be a market that would we would be exploring things like that. So again, you still need the illustrator, the concept artist, and the maybe even graphic designer and a 3D guy. So you would need all of that. So it's still you need illustrations that can be put into graphic design, and then you would need concepts for those illustrations, and then concepts for the 3D work, and illustrations would work with the concept guy, and then I could do concept. It's not. If I dedicated the time to it, I could think up ideas. I feel like I could fulfill that role with enough prodding. Merge these down. Merge. Where is it? Merge layers. There we go. I think there's a little bit more personality to some of the hair. I'm gonna bring some of it back. And let me see. I feel like I'm just gonna lightly bring some of the light back in. And maybe a little bit more here. I feel like maybe a little bit here. Yeah, I think generally better. Absolutely love magic and you're talking. I got the personality. Doesn't HoloLive hire independent illustrators? I have no idea what they're like. I have no idea. Probably that's the thing with illustration is like most of them are freelance. So if you're either the boss or you're freelance. That's like the only way that it goes. You're either the boss and you get to do not only your responsibilities as a freelance or illustrator, the vision, everything like that, but you also what's called provide I mean, soon I'm gonna be working for an app. You know, it's gonna be a glorious app leader. I don't know. I'm a big believer in human capital. Just can't replace the human element in a lot of these jobs. A lot of it is circulating already. What? Or people hate you so much they make art after you? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I don't really do the whole controversy thing. I don't know. It's definitely a viable strategy. Like, I've seen a lot of people succeed with it. But it's like a if you do it and you fail, that's it. You might as well just kill yourself. It's not really like the cost benefit analysis for me is like I don't really want to try that. But I have seen a lot of very desperate artists like. How do you make people hate you? You'll get banned before there's publicity. You gotta pick the right targets, I guess. That's my guess. Although, I've seen people pick the wrong targets and still succeed. Really depends. Draw porn of popular things. Yeah. I mean, you know, think about like Shadman. He made his fame drawing like art for pedos, and still around. He's still around, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, I don't know if they ever kicked Shadman off all the places. Maybe they did. I think he streams on Twitch, actually, right? I think it takes a certain amount of genius to do that. I definitely would not be able to do that. I would be arrested. But Shadman was able to like flee his country of origin because they were literally trying to arrest him. I wouldn't be able to do any of that. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Oh, he's a pedo artist. He drew for the pedo coomers, which is a bad thing. I agree with that. Actually, you shouldn't be able to do that because you're kind of like you're manufacturing a demand for a crime, basically. And eventually, someone's gonna do it because like they've been conditioned into doing it. And then you're accessory to that crime, I think. Is that genius? He just doesn't give a fuck and cross his lines. He got really lucky. I think knowing which lines to cross is kind of genius. I don't know. There's a lot of people that say dumb shit get banned next day, you know? People like Shadman have been around for like centuries. Well, not centuries, but like at least a decade or two. He's been around longer than I have. Or about as long as I have. I would say about as long. Because he got his start where I used to like hang out. When I was a kid. And yeah. I do think it takes some sort of genius like some 2040 chess to do something like that. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's a viable strategy, because like I know if I tried something like that, I would get instantly banned. Push the envelope, you know? Hey, Brit. What? Привет. Imagine having that legacy under your belt. Doesn't even draw. Yeah, he does. That's kind of why he got the boot off of most places. I think is because he draws for the Coomers. For the pedo Coomers. I don't know. I think it's I respect the hustle. I mean, there's nothing you could say, you know. He was able to do controversial shit and then get away with it. But all these people end up just being actual pedophiles. Do you know Amos Yee? He's been in the news recently. He was out defending pedos for like a very long time, and no one was able to like for some reason counter the arguments because I don't know, they're stupid. And now you have people like Viosh, Twitch streamer, defending. He's doing the suddenly I need to defend pedophilia. Amos Yee is in big legal trouble, big legal problems for Amos. I don't know why political commentators they desperately need to defend pedophilia. I have no idea why that is. What? No, the steak is right there. Oh, good crunch steak. Give me like 30 more minutes. 24 more minutes. 24 more minutes.
Okay, I'll make a steak for my.
No, I'll 24 more minutes. Yes, in Singapore, he would have been. I think they should just send him back. You know, let nature take its toll. Let nature. He would probably be killed. I think it's the death penalty. I'm like 99% sure it's the death penalty. Just instantly murdered. Yeah. I don't know why they keep doing it. It's that need, that desperate need to just push the envelope. And you gotta get those views, man. You gotta say some edgy shit. Anyway, it's always like a poison pill. Very few people have succeeded at it from what I've seen. Yeah. Imagine actually like defending pedophiles and then being caught as a pedophile. Fucking idiot. Don't you understand that like you are the you are the person that everyone already thinks is a pedo. Idiot. I don't know. You see, Amos Yee is like by virtue of failing, he is a retard. Shadman, however, by virtue of succeeding, is a genius. His art is not good. Like, NG. I will rate it as not good. It's mediocre. He appeals to like coomers and pedophiles, but by virtue of doing that, he's amassed a following, and I think that that's very respectable. Everything else isn't, but the actually being able to pull it off somehow. It's like watching an athlete, you know. WTF is a coomer. You're gonna have to Google that, buddy. Gonna have to Google that one. Can't handle these dank memes. Sorry for my naivete. Yeah, just Google it. Yeah, it's just gonna have to Google it, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a demographic that that a lot of people like to, placate to, pander to. Oh, and there's ribs in the fridge. You can have some ribs. Hey, GBX, what's up, dude? How's it going? Just talking about stuff. Successful artists. I really don't know. I feel like you do have to do some very controversial shit and then not get burned by it, and then you can become a famous artist. I don't know if you really want to be a famous artist. Kind of just want to draw good things. You don't actually have to be super famous, I think, to be able to do that. You don't get a lot of fame for it either. It's like, hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate ya. And thanks for the kind comments. Yeah, thank you, man. Oh, I've never knew Amos charged with CP. I thought he was living on minimum wage. No, he recently got charged. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty serendipitous. I don't know, pretty ironic. Hey, thank you for the follow. Makudo? Damn it. I can't say it. Makata. Appreciate you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. I used to stream like in the mornings, and then I had to switch because I got a new job, and then same one as here. It's gonna be what's it called, Darnus Art. Darnus Art. Mikado. I'll get it eventually. I just feel like I'm in a position to bully people, because no one could ever say my name like growing up. So now I have to bully people by saying their name wrong. You know, on purpose. No, not really. I gotta go before my wife explodes. She wants me to cook the steak for her. She can't do it herself. But we did do some stuff today. Got a little bit of stuff accomplished. Let me see here. Let me see. We save it and then fit on screen. A little bit of stuff. I don't think we did too much stuff today. Oh, I gotta flip it. Okay, let me flip it back. I like the hair. You know, I like parts of the hair in some places here. It's definitely a lot more like formed and stuff, and I'm like, I have to think about that. I'd also like to take out a little bit of the darkness there. A little bit too much darkness. I like the form shadow itself. I think that's good. But... Makudo. Makudo. No, I don't think I could say it. Makudo. Nari. Why mo shinderu? Let's see. The good news is I have everything on another layer, so the parts that I do like, I'm just gonna erase back in. It's a good thing that I can do that. I think the shoulders look better. Let's see. And I think the hair overall looks better, more collected. And the form shadows look better. I have to come up with a design for these things. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. That's gonna be something. Work on the feet a little bit more. Probably on the legs as well. But yeah, gonna have to leave you guys today. Come back tomorrow. I'll be here on Twitch and on DLive. And yeah, thanks so much for coming. See you later.